My party setup for Ansur is Paladin, Warrior, Cleric, and I bring a Ranger to this fight just to bait his legendary ability. And that's going to be the first of two big changes in this fight, in my opinion. The Draconic Wrath, every time he's attacked on the start of a new round, he automatically uses his breath weapon. So I've taken a Ranger with levels in Rogue just so that you can use the evasion ability, and I'm at a range, so I'm always going to be baiting that breath every single round, and she's going to be taking little to no damage from it, though you do end up getting vulnerability to lightning through the rain that falls on the arena, and everyone's going to get wet and eventually take more damage from it, but she does a good job tanking it, and she never goes down. And the other important change here is Greater Worm Scales now unbalanced. It negates all incoming damage by 2, but on Honor Mode it negates all incoming damage by 4. And this is for every single line of damage. So for example, you're using the Halberd of Vigilance, and you're getting the normal slashing damage. Below that you're getting the 1d4 force damage. It's negating each separately. So you're not benefiting at all from that additional force damage, and you're just doing less damage in general. And that's something to think about when you're making weapon choices. You want to try and pick something that gives you a greater advantage or access to some ability or spell that you would normally be able to use otherwise, because the additional damage modifiers that come with most weapons are pretty useless against him. Divine Smite still does huge chunks of damage, so I always recommend that. I don't really worry about his Water Myrmidon since the Stormheart Nova takes care of them no matter what. The crystals are able to shield you from the Nova at least once. I ended up having to go through it 2 times, and I brought a scroll of Wall of Stone just for that. So I'm using my Paladin's turn, erect the Wall of Stone, everyone get behind it just to avoid it the second time, because whenever he's gathering energy and he's brought down to 0 health, he gets an overshield just so that he can go through it anyway, basically. And you want to be prepared for at least 2 of those, maybe 3, depending on your damage. Keep in mind that he has the 3 legendary resistances, so he's going to be immune to incapacitation effects at least 3 times. You want to try to avoid his Bout of Storms, which is those blue circles, the void zones, wherever your characters were standing. Just make sure you move out of them. The range, I think, on those are a little bigger than these circles might suggest, so watch out for that. I also had some trouble getting around Ansur. His hitbox is really big, so he can try and smack you for opportunity attack, but the biggest issue I was having was just getting to him. For some reason, the pathing wants you to be in a certain position to actually hit him, which is really annoying and doesn't really make a lot of sense. So I would definitely recommend bringing melee characters, since he's got advantage on magical saving throws. Leave your wizards at home. As long as you avoid the lightning circles, you've got something to avoid the second heart storm nova if your damage isn't good enough to get it in one. And make sure you use the appropriate damage type. This shouldn't be too difficult for you at this level. He's got 200 more health than he normally does on balanced. His AC is the same. So if you've been stocking up on the appropriate magic items and you're confident in your class play, this fight shouldn't prove too much of an annoyance for you, as daunting as it may look. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
つは